With no choice but to acquiesce to Sorslay's demands, House Wolfford loads a merchant's cart with contraband salt and sets off across their own homeland in disguise. Through benighted forests and desolate mountains, they forge a path, staving off the assault of thievish bandits and finally reaching Esfrost. Upon crossing into new territory, they find themselves surrounded by soldiers clad in black. Expecting yet another skirmish, the Wolfford steel themselves for combat. However, the warriors lower their weapons. Through the mists, an unexpected figure appears, Svarog Esfrost, Lord of Twinsgate and keeper of his country's borders.
This is quite the development. My very uncle buying salt outside of the Consortium's purview.
The lion's share of the surprise is mine, I assure you. Who would be aiding me in this illicit endeavor but the noble Wolffords?
Circumstances have caused us to set aside pride for the sake of survival.
Of course, I understand. Oft we must travel the only road available to us.
And what road has brought you here, Uncle? I cannot imagine you have come with Gustadolf's blessing.
What road indeed? My own circumstances have caused me to look outside my humble station, to find the means I require. A reckoning is at hand, and I must needs be ready for it. To that end, I must ask. And pray do not waste my time with mistruths. Do you know who murdered my son?
No. I'm sorry.
I see. Gustadolf would have me believe that an agent of Glenbrook dealt the fatal blow.
That's impossible.
Is it? You speak as if you were there, Frederica.
She was. As was I. We were with Dragan during his final moments.
You were, and yet you do not know who killed him. I will ask once more, and once more only. Who murdered my son?
We were the only representatives from Glenbrook at the mines that day. The arrow that killed your son was loosed by an Esfrosti soldier.
We were attacked and fought back the assault, but they did not flee without a parting gift.
Your story is convenient, but that alone is no reason to discount it. Besides, it does offer an interesting perspective on the matter. Let us say you have the truth of the matter. That would mean Gustadolf has been lying through his teeth. That would come as a shock to many, I'm sure. Regardless, nightfall is come. Camp within our gates tonight.
Do you believe us?
What is there to believe? This meeting never occurred.
Now follow me.
So, that's how it went, eh? Glad you came back to us with your head on your shoulders. Given the lies he's been fed, it couldn't have been easy for Svarog to keep his composure.
Still, it will be no easy task to assuage his doubts. I fear it may not be long until he gives into his desire for revenge, justified or not.
Perhaps. But I very much had the sense that his opinion of Gustadolf was less than favorable. So long as we share the same enemy, there's a chance to build faith between us.
I had the same intuition. Would that we could lend weight to our claims.
There must be something that can sway him.
Perhaps a secret will suffice. We have one of great value to the right person.
Huh? What are you on about? No. You can't mean...
None would rather see the Archduke laid low more than I. If Svarog knew I still lived, we might find common cause. With the Prince of Glenbrook behind him, his opposition would be justified.
The enemy of our enemy, eh? Wish we had more than a feeling to go on.
Once this secret is revealed, there will be no turning back.
It is a gamble, yes. However, this may be our best and only option to gain support from within Esfrost.
There is much to consider. I would hear everyone's thoughts on the matter. Do we keep Roland's secret our secret? Or do we trade it for a potential ally?
Practice makes perfect.
There is no mercy on the battlefield. This is our chance.
Lionel shall use this wisely.
My turn. This'll hurt. Suffer.
I won't lose! My lance strikes true!
This battle is ours. Darkness engulfs you. My pride is my shield.
From where shall we strike?
Whatever it takes. Come on! Where's he next?
I'll give it my best. Aim steady!
Shall we begin? Make the most of this.
Much appreciated.
One step closer to our hope.
I've been waiting for this! To victory!
I fight for peace. Stay right there!
I shall try my level best. That seemed to work.
You cannot impede progress! See what Lionel can do. Yes! Ha ha ha! Yes!
Time to work.
You won't escape.
Forward! Here! Impressed? For victory!
The hunt is on! Yeah! Victory is ours! Whatever it takes. Yes! I did it! I'll do my best! Bye-bye! I've still got lots to learn!
I see a path to victory. Just as I planned.
Cool heads shall prevail.
Go swiftly.
It's time. Ah, perfect!
Allow me. Two actions.
A wasted effort.
Come at me! You're in the way!
You cannot impede progress! See what Lionel can do.
Your orders?
This is the end. For life.
For the honor of House Wolfort.
This ends here!
Have you brought Koi?
Take that! Out of my way!
This battle is ours. Let me help. Whatever it takes. Get the bed rest. Another tool for my kit.
Now! Splendid results!
Ready or not, here I come!
I see a path to victory. We must stay vigilant.
You cannot impede progress!
Shall we begin?
Make the most of this.
Mine elf shall use this wisely.
I will end this. Let me help.
So it comes to battle. Perfect! I really feel like I've grown.
Time to work.
Into the shadows. Too easy.
Come at me! Look at me learning.
Forward! Charge!
Here I come. Take that!
I'll help. Splendid results!
Whatever it takes. Come on!
Lionel has arrived!
I shall try my level best. All for victory.
Mine elf shall use this wisely.
I'll do my best!
Perfect!
Shall we begin?
This may hurt!
Lord Serenoa. Even so...
Me? Uh-huh. Possibly. I require some time to think.
Say. Certainly. I am ready.
Yes? If so, then... Interesting indeed. I am decided.
It is time to cast our votes. Do we reveal that it is Roland behind the mask? Or do we keep his identity a secret? Approach the scales of conviction with your token at the ready.
You've convinced me.
I believe I can decide this matter with confidence.
I agree wholeheartedly.
I agree.
The scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen. The way forward is decided. We keep Roland's identity a secret, and find another way to win Svarog's trust. Very well. Roland's secret shall remain with us and us alone. Still, it would be wise to plead our case to Svarog. To that end, I would speak with him on the morrow.
Then I shall arrange an audience. In the meantime...
Prince Roland's survival is a powerful secret that could sway the decisions of the other nations. But knowing they must be cautious, House Wolford decides to keep quiet. Though still suspected of murdering Dragan, Serenoa and the others attempt negotiations with Svarog once more.
Why have you come? I thought we agreed that you were never here.
Yes, but I would know one thing, Uncle. Are your illicit purchases of salt a means to gather power? The power to defeat the Archduke.
A grave accusation you make. Is that what you believe, my dear niece?
Gustadolf will do whatever it takes to achieve his goals. If you do not fight back, your house will surely be destroyed.
And so...
So please allow House Wolffort to fight beside you. Together, we can stop Gustadolf.
You wish for me to rely on those who were reduced to mere servants of Hyzant?
We did what we must to survive, and I would do it all again for the chance to stand against Gustadolf.
We made it through the Salt Iron War just the same way, though I'm sure you're well aware. That which bends does not break. Such is House Wolffort.
A lofty speech from illicit salt traders. I have heard enough. It is time you were on your way. But leave the salt. I shall take it as payment for sparing your lives.
Understood.
Frederica, you may stay.
No, Uncle. I am of House Wolffort now.
Are you really going to let them go, my lord?
They shall prove useful if they take up arms against Gustadolf, no matter the outcome. You have grown strong, Frederica. It seems none can fight what is in their blood. No, such growth stems from her ardent youth. If Dragan were still alive, no doubt he would be the same.
Got you right in my sights.
There are too many of them, Minister Archibald.
And flee we must. I'll hold him here, but you lot, retreat!
Minister Archibald!
No, this cannot be how it ends. My lungs yet draw breath, my heart yet beats. This place shall not be my grave.
So the cycle of war and chaos begins anew. And once again, I must take up my bow. I've been watching you fight from afar, and I like what I see. Almost reminds me of myself in my younger days.
You flatter me.
Still, I doubt you'll emerge victorious. Without me on your side, that is. The name's Archibald. Allow me into your ranks, and you'll see. I can match men half my age, shot for shot.
I couldn't ask one so elderly to risk his life in battle.
This graybeard survived the Salt Iron War with naught but the bow in his back, I'll have you know. And my aim is just as sharp now as it was then. I haven't many years left, lad, and I'd like to spend them fighting for a just cause.
If that is what you wish, then I shall not refuse. We welcome your bow.
Thank you for your report. Did you encounter Lord Svarog along the way?
I did. He still mourns the loss of his son.
Perhaps it is time he retired. He's not as young as he used to be.
I heard quite the intriguing rumor there as well. They say a group looking like House Wolford was seen visiting Twinsgate.
House Wolford? But why?
I cannot say for certain, but it appears they had a disagreement with Lord Svarog and were forced to leave. Even more intriguing, rumor has it a masked spearsman was with them.
It couldn't be.
Maxwell? I killed him. I'm sure of it. But then who could that be?
Well, if it isn't Tenebris. Gloomy as ever, I see.
Minister Sorsley, I see you are in high spirits.
And why shouldn't I be? House Wolford is ferrying my salt as we speak. An illustrious house from the Salt Iron War trying to win my favor. It's laughable.
But can they succeed, being as ignorant to the circumstances as they are?
If they fail, I simply lay the blame upon them and see their house duly punished. I shall gain merit in place of money.
I did not take you for an optimist. Or have you forgotten of Exham and Camsel's suspicions?
You speak as if it were my problem alone, my dear Tenebris.
Do not misunderstand. It is because we are tarred with the same brush that I have come to warn you. Your dealings of late have grown, perhaps overly so. You would make an enemy of the other saints, should they notice.
And would you too turn against me, Tenebris?
Most certainly not. Our fates are tied.
Good. Now leave me.
Pray, be careful, Minister.
What need have I for caution? I have never failed, nor will I ever.
I apologize for speaking so rashly earlier.
You need not. It was thanks to you it did not come to blows. Perhaps it is I who should apologize for bringing you here.
No. I am happy to be here with you.
Did something happen?
We were spared from a battle, thanks to Lady Frederica.
My lady worries too much for her own good, but is braver than most.
Svarog took the salt in exchange for our lives, so we haven't any coin to show for it.
Perhaps we should have told him who I am.
There are more ways than one to fill one's pockets. The salt was intended for Svarog.
And Svarog received it. But we haven't the money to repay Minister Sorsley.
Indeed. But had we sufficient coin, it would seem like the transaction were a success.
Oh, I can see you scheming something again.
I suppose schemes come with the territory of illicit trading. If no one loses out, no one complains.
But where could we get the money?
Our best option is to speak with the Norzelia Consortium.
You mean to negotiate with Claris?
Indeed. He is an avaricious man, but reliable when one needs money.
You plan to ask the Consortium how to get coin for an illegal trade? Are you mad?
I have no intention of disclosing why we need the money. But his dealings extend far below the surface. It is worth speaking with him.
Then speak to him we shall. Anna, if you would.
Our apologies on the sudden summons, Claris.
Nonsense. It is my pleasure to lend an ear to any request from the famed House Wolffort. That mask! Could you be... I see. So you were in need of funds to restore your fallen house.
Indeed. And we would hear any wisdom you have for us.
And my wisdom you shall hear. What say you to participating in a little tournament?
A tournament? Like the one in Glenbrook?
Something like that. Though this one is not known to the masses. Aristocrats, merchants, and the like from every nation gather to watch the strongest compete.
An illegal tourney, no doubt, involving befitting sums of money.
But of course. Unfortunately, one of the entrants has forfeited his seat. You must forgive me, but would that masked gentleman by any chance be the revered Sir Maxwell?
I am.
Ah, just as I suspected. You made quite a name for yourself in Glenbrook's tournaments. I am sure the audience would rejoice to see a true hero in the ring. Rest assured that you would also receive a handsome reward for entering. What say you?
What else can you tell us about this tournament, aside from its illegal nature?
A sharp man you are. Unlike Glenbrook's mock battles, the ones here are true. Nothing is guaranteed.
So entrants put their very lives on the line in this arena.
And I shall enter regardless. This is my fault. I must fight.
Very well. But we fight beside you.
We have a deal. Oh, how the crowd will rejoice seeing House Wolffort compete. It is my utmost pleasure to announce our next match. One that far surpasses even my wildest dreams. In one corner, we have a legendary warrior whose name is known in every corner of the realm. Please welcome the Dawn Spear, Maxwell! In the other corner, we have our reigning champion, the Bounty Hunter, and famed hero Spain, Rufus!
Oh, I heard I'd be facing Maxwell, but didn't know he'd be bringing some familiar faces. I hope you whelps are ready for a rematch!
Let the battle of the century begin!
Defeat is not an option. You're damned right.
This is far from your average tournament. We must pay careful attention to who attacks us and from where.
Let's go.
There is no mercy on the battlefield. I have your back.
Splendid.
Your orders?
Suffer. This'll hurt.
Charge! I will go! Did you see that?
So, Don Spear, what have you got? I want to see what you're capable of. Save your breath, then. You'll need it when you're screaming for mercy at the end of my blade. Ha! Who's next? My turn! I'll split you in two! Painful, isn't it?
A wasted effort.
No! Defeat is not an option. Now I end this. Come at me! I'll be your shield!
Let me show you what I've learned.
Much obliged.
Two actions.
Two objects.
You've done it now!
There is no mercy on the battlefield.
My turn!
You're open.
Lionel has arrived!
You're open.
You bastard!
Victory is within reach. I will end this.
You won't escape.
Follow my lead.
You won't escape.
Smiles on Lionel!
Sounds
Tell
right.
me who to kill.
Sheer goal! I'll try this. For the honor of House Wolford. Thought you had me, huh?
There is no mercy on the battlefield. There is always a way.
Profit comes to the prepared. This is just this Lionel's coin purse grows heavier.
I fight for peace. With the powers in me for a better world.
You won't beat me!
Time to work.
You bastard!
Sound strike. Allow me.
Another! You're making this painful, isn't it?
When a wolf is cornered. I need this.
I shall try my level best. All for victory.
Lionel shall use this
For the
wisely.
future of House Wolford.
I can still stand. For myself.
Have you brought coin?
Your orders? You won't catch me.
Have you brought coin?
Come at me! Show me what you're made of. I don't lose. Charge!
Carefully.
I see a path to victory. Stay composed.
I cannot lose. Let me help.
Lionel has arrived!
Come at me! You're done!
Damn it! That's twice now Wolford's gotten the better of me.
Look at me learning.
And the victor is Team Maxwell. The legends of the Dawn Spear were true after all. A round of applause for our masked victor.
I did it, Master.
Oh ho ho! A truly exhilarating show you put on, my friends.
You almost wouldn't believe Glenbrook's been conquered. Taking a look around here.
It is in our nature to seek that which amuses us, especially in dark times like these.
Just so. And it is thanks to that very nature I can reward you so handsomely for joining the tourney.
This is much more than we agreed upon.
Indeed, but this is an illicit arena, and as such, I'd be loath for others to find out about it.
I see. Then we accept this with a promise to keep your secret.
And the secret of Maxwell's survival among ourselves.
It is always a pleasure to see the prowess of House Wolford. I hope to do business with you again in the future.
Indeed, if such an opportunity arises.
Now we can report back to Minister Sorcery, money in hand.
Let us return to House End.
Serenoa delivers the salt to Svarog, a powerful minister of Esfrost, and entreats him for aid. Svarog refuses, but spares their lives in exchange for the salt. They despair, unsure of what may come of their failed transaction, until Claris of the Norzelia Consortium offers them hope. For a valiant display in his underground arena, they receive more than needed for the salt. Gustadolf's power grows greater by the day, but House Wolford is not idle in the meantime. They look to strengthen their own forces, slowly but surely. After seeing the illicit salt to Esfrost, Serenoa makes haste to Hyzant. The Holy One has invited both them and Sorsley End to the palace.
Lord Serenor Wolfort, we are pleased to have you in the capital.
Well met. Are you attendant to the Holy One?
I do have that honor, yes. I am afraid preparations for your audience are still underway. Pray wait a while longer.
Very well. There is no rush.
Your patience is appreciated. We shall find you once we are ready.
We should take this chance to see the city. We still do not know why we were summoned. Rumors, fickle as they may be, may help us steel ourselves for what is ahead.
Somehow, I doubt that the commoners are privy to the thoughts of the goddess.
Still, it would do us well to acquaint ourselves with her subjects. For the sake of our budding relationship with Hyzant, if nothing else.
I agree. Then shall we split up to cover the most ground?
I have a mind to visit the source.
As you wish. Once we have finished, let us return here to share what we have learned.
This country is quite pleasant, isn't it? Not a dour face in sight. Quite the opposite, in fact. To see their smiles, you would think that inequity, envy, and jealousy were things of fairy tales.
A well-governed populace is a happy populace. Or so they say.
Just an example we could learn from, methinks.
If I may speak plainly, I find it somewhat unsettling.
Unsettling? How so?
Smiles do not always show joy. Is it truly possible to sate the wishes of every woman and man?
Are you implying something nefarious is behind all this?
Not necessarily. However, I was taught that for every laugh, somewhere a tear is shed. This country was not built without its share of sacrifice. Of that, I am certain.
I understand your hesitation, Anna, but I think it is unfounded. A country who cares for its citizens is cared for in turn. It needn't be any more complex than that.
So, did you discover aught of value?
We did. The rumor on everyone's lips is that Minister Sorsley has brought House Wolfort to heel.
News travels faster than I would expect. That may very well be the reason for our audience.
If so, then the time may soon be upon us to decide if we are loyal to Hyzant or otherwise.
I will wander the city a little longer. I shall return soon.
It's as we feared, milady. None but Hyzantians can enter the source.
I see. I would have liked to see where my mother was raised, and where she spent her final days.
Her final days? She died here?
Many years ago. I know little else of the circumstances of her passing.
I thought she escaped this thrice-forsaken place.
She did. She fled during the chaos of a Rosellan uprising in the midst of the Salt Iron War. It was then that she met my father, the former Archduke. And from their union, I was born, a daughter of Esfrost.
Then how'd she... No. Was she captured?
In a way, yes. Esfrost was forced to surrender her, or take responsibility for the war's outbreak. And then, well...
What a damned farce.
I was lonely and heartbroken, but the pendant she left me shone the way through my darkest days.
Can't tell you how sorry I am.
And dark days there were. Esfrost was her home, but there were those who would not let her forget her ancestry. That she was able to ignore her detractors speaks to the strength of her character. That she excelled in her studies does even more so.
You flatter me, Jila.
I would never presume to do such a thing.
My lord, I kept your better half safe for you.
Thank you, Eridor. Did you learn aught of interest?
We did. It seems all members of the Saintly Seven have gathered at the palace.
All of them? Could that have something to do with us?
Perhaps, though it certainly bodes ill. In any case, it is clear that we are expected to honor the Hierophant's request for an audience.
Demand may be a better word to use.
Then perhaps we should return before the attendant comes to seek us out.
House Wolford has not a single heroic deed to their name, yet the Hierophant grants them audience? As if they are worthy to stand by my side before the Holy One. What is the meaning of this?
Perhaps there is no need to take offense. Perhaps you are being honored. You did bring a formidable ally into the flock, after all.
That is a curious interpretation.
The others in the Order are breathless with jealousy at your achievement. They have spoke of naught else since the news arrived.
'Twas no great feat. The Wolfords were lost, sniveling, begging for a hand to guide them. The others needn't know that, however.
Soon you will have the ear of the goddess. You will be the envy of Hyzant.
It is well past time for that decrepit Edor to relinquish his position.
The future belongs to House End.
At last. I shall see that you have a place in it, Tenebris.
What a gullible fool.
I, Sorsley End, have brought Serenoa Wolford to answer the summons of the Holy One.
Very good. Then let us begin forthwith. In the name of the Holy One and the Goddess, I shall begin her inquiry into the misappropriation of our nation's salt.
Huh? An inquiry?
Serenoa Wolford shall be questioned first. Sorsley End stands accused of forsaking the goddess's blessing, of abusing his station to indulge his own insatiable appetites. You, Serenoa Wolfort, stand accused of aiding his plot, of sullying your own hands by transporting his ill-begotten wares.
I stand accused? On what grounds, Idor?
Minister Sorsley, I would advise you to temper your words in the presence of the Holy One.
You would dare chastise me? For generations, the goddess has entrusted House End with her salt, the lifeblood of our nation. I have treated my duty only with the utmost respect. Just hearing these outrageous charges makes my stomach churn.
Really? Then I shudder to imagine your condition whilst you penned these ledgers, delivered to us by one of the soldiers from the Source.
I thought the numbers were quite odd, and when I compared them to the ledger at headquarters, I quickly understood why. Forgive me, Minister Sorsley. Staying silent would have meant my death.
Your death? How swiftly your underlings betray you under the slightest pressure.
Now, if you are very well finished, let us continue. Lord Serenoa, did you aid Sorsley in these crimes? Answer with the understanding that falsehoods will be treated as affronts to the goddess's mercy and punished accordingly.
I understand. It is true. We helped Sorsley peddle his salt.
Serenoa, you cur!
On behalf of all Hyzant, I thank you for helping us excise this rot from our nation.
Be that as it may, the fact remains you bear some responsibility in allowing that rot to fester. Such misdeeds must be answered for.
You should have come to us immediately upon finding out his true nature. You had ample opportunity.
I admit the fault is ours, but it was not a judgment made lightly.
We had to act to protect our home and our people. It was the only way to prevent the loss of both.
Your plight has not fallen on deaf ears. However, a crime committed under duress is still a crime.
For that, I have no words. Only hope. Hope that you will find mercy for us. For my people, I beg of you, allow our house to enter the protection of the Holy One.
You love your subjects deeply, that is plain to see. Very well. I shall state your case to the Holy One on your behalf. Serenoa Wolfort, heed well the words of the Holy One. Your house safeguards the very heart of Nozelia, and the Wolfort name is known near and far for its fierceness in upholding its duty. The Holy One believes it would be a great loss if your home were to fall victim to Esfrost's ambition. The Saintly Seven has just recently bid farewell to one of its members. His position would be yours if you would take it.
My lord, this...
However, there is the matter of the Roselle that dwell within your borders. The Holy One would see them returned to the flock where they belong. Their home is in the Source, our Holy Land. They are descendants of criminals and worse. Their lot is to offer themselves to the goddess so that the sins of their forebears may be cleansed. The Holy One would see all Roselle serve her in penitence. Such is her will.
You would have us betray the Roselle under our protection?
Such mortal judgments are not her concern. The goddess has spoken.
Serenoa, will you surrender the Roselle to Hyzant?
I don't know.
As you are doubtless aware, Lady Frederica, the vow of Lord Simon himself binds us to protect them. Alas, our house is not what it once was.
Is that a reason to cast aside its honor? My father, as well, likely had a hand in orchestrating their protection.
Ah, my friends, I apologize that we once again meet under dire circumstances. You face a difficult choice, one I do not envy. Have you decided?
Not yet. We will, you can be sure.
They've got us by the small ones, and they know it. They made this request full aware of our history.
Lest you misunderstand, allow me to illuminate your position. You are not the noble hawks you think yourselves to be. You are vultures, feeding off the scraps of Sorceley's corpse.
You've got some nerve.
I speak from experience when I say that the title of Saint is not to be worn lightly. Are you prepared?
Prepared? For what?
Doubtless you are aching to break free of your fetters, to take wing and soar. To do that, blood must be spilled. The blood of enemy, friend, and self alike. Your freedom lies at the end of a trail of dead. If you are not prepared to make that journey, to endure that sacrifice, then cast aside your pretensions and grovel.
Grovel or bleed? Poor options, both.